Baby, wait, I know that you're afraid, but it'll be okay if you just stay with me. And we can run from here, and we can disappear, and they won't find us where we are going, dear. So baby, hold on to me, 'cause I know I can make you believe in something that only we can see. Oh, so baby, hold on to me, hold on to me. Baby, wait, I know that you're afraid, but it'll be okay if you just stay with me. And we can run from here, and we can disappear, and they won't find us where we are going, dear. So baby, hold on to me, 'cause I know I can make you believe in something that only we can see. Oh, so baby, hold on to me, hold on to me. I tell myself, take it slow. These wings have yet to unfold, and I'm still healing from the last escape, crawling from the darkest place. But I believe that you could break the mold. Isn't it funny how I'm already back to where I first fell in? But you say me too, shadows haunt you, and you've been where I've been. Isn't it funny just want you to tell me, where do we begin? You can keep us both afloat when we're lost down on the coast. Just bring me what I need. Bring me what I need. These wings have yet to unfold, and I'm still healing from the last escape, crawling from the darkest place. But I believe that you could break the mold.
Oh, Jesus. I hope you're going to be loud enough. Talk for me real quick.
Yo.
Oh, perfect. Just about right. Alrighty.
Trained actor.
Trained actor. Okay.
You reject my voice when I really want to.
Oh, welcome to the War Room. The first ever episode to our weekly talk show with me, InvAsian, and my co-star, Tyku. Say hello, Tyku.
Hello, Internet.
Internet world. We are here. We came up with this idea because we always want to do like a podcast type thing. We're like, well, you can't really do a podcast yet. We can do a talk show though on Twitch. We could definitely do that.
Yeah. Well, this mostly came up because we were both bored at work, and I brought up the idea about talking about Avatar. And then you talk about doing more of your streaming. I'm like, why not do like a podcast or talk show?
We could do both. Hello, Panda. Welcome to the War Room.
What's up, Panda?
Him bringing up. I need to add one more thing. We're gonna do that in a sec. Speaking of Avatar, so one of the main reason we came up with this was because we both, we grew up watching. Well, I watched the entirety of Avatar when I grew up. He only watched like what? You said the first season? That was it. The first.
So book? I watched book one. I watched the water book, and after, my issue was when that came out, around that time, Disney had just bought the rights. They were I think 3 or 4 years ago, they bought the rights from Saban for Power Rangers, and Dino Thunder came out at the same time on the Disney Channel. So I kind of had to choose one, and Power Rangers tends to be my thing at this current juncture. So I went with that and just kind of never got back into it. I saw on Nickelodeon some reruns here and there, but then when I heard it was coming to Netflix, I'm like, I'm going to binge the shit out of that because I have no life during all of this crap.
This great pandemic we're all in,
Pandemic. Warning everybody, I will be doing this a lot. I air quote all the time.
And don't mind his terrible webcam quality right now. That is going to be fixed hopefully by next week. If Walmart decides to...
If I can't find one by Thursday, I'll look around, see if I can find one and try to have them hold it. If not, when I get paid at 4 in the morning, I'm just going to order one off Amazon for next day shipping.
There you go. That's definitely a way to do it right there.
Probably use my cousin's Amazon Prime account too.
I mean, yeah. if you got Prime, might as well use it, right?
Yeah.
But
Also living with someone who's a student.
since we are both fans of Avatar, we came across this also other realization that we both have. Neither of us has watched Legends of Korra, at least not the entirety of it.
Yeah,
So
I watch clips on YouTube. Like that's as
Right.
far as I got with the guys.
right, I haven't. I like probably watched like half of episode 1. I think I don't even remember. So,
That's it.
dude, I don't know. Don't even start with me, okay? Okay. It has begun. So we are going every week. How are we want to do this? We want to watch just one episode a week, or we want to do like 2, 3, like multiple episodes? Like what do you think we should do?
So I think we should do like 3 episodes because shows like that tendency, like 3 episodes, seems to be like an arc. Like I kind of noticed that in
Right.
the original Airbender. Like halfway through the first season, so like when they get to the Northern Tribe, I kind of noticed like after that, like 3 or 4 episodes kind of connect. Like beginningly, it was like an episode talked about this person, and then another episode was like about a pirate person, and then you never really saw that guy till like book 2, I think.
Oh.
So like I think we should do like 3 episodes because I think they continued that whole 3 episodes like mini arcs type setup.
No, I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Oh, so it's not heavy.
That's right. It's only a thought, man. It's not heavy at all. I think 3 episodes would be fine.
Yeah.
And then, if the viewers want, they could also follow along and, add their own opinion in the chat, like what they think. Also, shut up. This is my chat. Why are you telling me my own chat rules? Damn it. There is also going to be a viewer discussion and episode discussion in my Discord. So if anyone wants to talk about the episode along with us, we will have that open. Well, I will have it open at least. Until you get like more monitors, whatever. There'll be more of that. Trying to like mix it with us, obviously, because it's our show, but also with the audience, because I think that'd be fun to get some audience inclusion on like every so often.
Well, yeah, and plus we can always do like once I get my streaming channel up and running again, I'm probably going to do like some viewer or followers like streams. Like I'll pick like a random 2 people and I'll stream like PlayStation, Xbox, Valorant,
There you go.
World of Warcraft, like whatever.
World of Warcraft. Yes. Yes.
So, because like we had talked about like what we like playing and streaming, I think on Wednesday, when you're on my side of the building.
I think so.
Yeah, it's like you got because I saw you you tend to kind of more focus on like first person shooters. I love RPGs. I feel like RPGs are fun to stream. So that's kind of what I'm going to be focused on for anyone that's watching and interested. You want to watch me stream? It's probably going to be a lot of RPGs.
I need to make a command for that actually. For you. Yes, go follow Tyku. I'm literally making a command right now for him. So he is not currently streaming right now, right? But eventually you will.
Eventually, like if I get a webcam this Friday, I'm probably going to start streaming.
You think your laptop can handle that?
Well, yeah, you can. I've done it before on here, and I'll actually stream on my PlayStation using like the Twitch on there setup.
Oh, okay.
Don't know about the Xbox. Never streamed on that. At some point, I'm actually going to buy something so I can just actually stream it.
I will say that I think the PlayStation Live is better. I could be wrong. I've never actually used the consoles to stream. I've always used PC. So
PlayStation Live's good. It's just the chat is so laggy. That's the only bad part. Like it looks amazing when you're streaming and someone's watching. It looks like they're like on your TV, like with you watching it.
Right.
But there's like a 5 to 10 second lag from the chat.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah. So that's I like Twitch better for the chat portion of it.
What? I'm trying to find your. I think I found your Twitch. Tyku20. You have 0 followers. Is that right?
It should have like a big old green Power Ranger on it.
Yeah, I think that's you.
Yeah, that one.
I just followed you, so hopefully it worked. We'll find out. Well. All right, so that command has been made. Oh, not there. Over here. There we go.
Well, welcome, Gimme Vodka.
Hello, Give Me Vodka. How you doing? Welcome to the war room. We were just talking about what our goal is with this new show. We just talked about what our main premise is going to be, which is the Legend of Korra watch series. Every week we'll be watching 3 episodes of Legend of Korra, and on Saturday we'll be talking about what we think of the episodes, like the arc of going so far, what we think about the show comparative to like Airbender and whatnot. And we will also be talking more about nerdy stuff, geeky stuff, video games, TV shows, movies, stuff that we find interesting, and what's coming out soon, what's happening now, like in the media, maybe in industries or whatever. And if you guys have topics, you guys are always welcome to, give suggestions as well in the Discord.
Yeah, if anything you guys want to want us to hear us talk about, put in the Discord, we'll look into it. Because you guys kind of notice our banner with the whole how it's half. So my side has Riku, Goku, Tommy Oliver from Power Ranger series. Those tend to be my focus points that I know a lot about. Not an expert in any way. There's plenty of people who know way more than I do. Trust me. I've been told this multiple times. So if you guys ever want to privately discuss that stuff with me, I'm down. You guys just hit me up on my Discord or whatever. Or in the War Room Discord. And I'm on that pretty regularly. So.
Oh, anyways. So, what do we want to talk about? So, we've already gone over the Legend of Korra stuff, which is going to be the main focus, obviously. Please pop up. Thank you.
Well, do we kind of want to go over what our thoughts on Airbender?
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
We can start on that, or we could talk about Valorant because now we have both technically.
Since we've already been talking about Korra and Airbender, let's go what we personally think about Avatar: Last Airbender. I guess I'll start with me because I actually watched the entire series when I was a kid, and to me it was just pure nostalgia watching it again on Netflix. So excited, so ecstatic that it came back to Netflix. I was waiting for it for so long, and my opinion of it really hasn't changed. It's still probably, if not one of the best American animes to ever be made. To be honest, it's just the story's really well done. Some of the episodes can be filler, but there's not a lot of them because it's such a short series. There's not a lot of filler episodes, so it's all either pertains to story, there's action, or there's disarray or whatever. It keeps you engaged in the story from episode 1 to episode, what was it, 61? What, right? 61 episodes, I believe it was.
It's 61 or 62 because we looked it up.
Yeah,
I don't exactly remember, but
it's in the 60s. It's in the 60s. I remember seeing that. But 61, 62 episodes, it's just still great in my opinion.
Which, if you think about it, so the show originally aired on Nickelodeon, right? So Nickelodeon shows, from what I picked up, just to give you guys the fan base out there an idea about me. I did a whole bunch of multimedia classes. I've gone to choreography seminars, acting seminars, stuff like that, because that's something I want to do at some point, is voice acting or acting in general. So I kind of studied up on this stuff. So Nickelodeon shows, if you watch the whole entirety of Rugrats, it's the same premise every episode. It's done differently. It's
True.
You should be good. There's 30 episodes about that, about how you should listen to your parents, or you should trust your friends, or you should respect your dogs or people, stuff like that. Okay, Avatar, every episode was different. It touched on a different point about the human psychology, I guess.
Yeah. Emotions, mind,
stuff
all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
It was on a kids television network But if you were like a teenager, this stuff kind of hit you hard because that's when I watched it.
Yep.
Yeah, because I think I was like a freshman or sophomore in high school when it was. No, I would have been. I was in junior high, I think. It touched on so many levels, especially during around that time, right? Like, junior high is kind of when you're going through like changes for your body, right?
Right.
Anyone who's underneath the age of 13 watching this, be prepared for that. It's not fun. And like it hits you on like a big note, especially like Aang. He finds out that like he's like this like superhero person that's got to protect the world at a young age.
Yeah, motherfucker's
Like-
12 years old, man. Like, he just
Yeah.
frozen for 100 years in an iceberg, and the Fire Nation pretty much destroyed everything at this point. His entire
Yeah.
family, basically, in the air nomads.
Yeah, they destroyed all the air nomads. Like there's like at this current juncture, there's no more.
Mhm.
If you have seen Korra, yes, there is nomad, but this takes way after the end of the last Airbender.
Yeah.
Because it turns out I was wrong. That's actually not Aang that I was thinking of. It's like
Isn't it his son,
it's a
Tenzin?
relative of his. It's a relative of his.
It's relative.
Like a great grandson or something weird like that.
Okay.
And he like. So the clips I've seen about that. For I won't go for too far on this tangent. He is like, he makes Aang's airbending look like rookie shit. Like,
Oh yeah.
like that little airball thing he does, like he does
Right.
that, but how fast he does it and like when he does it and how he uses it is like miles above what Aang was doing at 11. Now, mind you,
All right.
I would love to see a series that takes place between Last Airbender and Korra, where you can see Aang kind of master all of the elements, because he didn't really master them in my opinion. Like,
No, he did not.
he got good enough to where he could outmaneuver, like, in my opinion, he was on par or could outbend Korra. I don't think he could out-earthbend Toph because of her metal
You
bending.
mean Katara?
I don't.
You said
Did
Korra.
I say Korra? I
You
said
said
Korra, yeah.
You said Korra.
That's gonna happen a lot, probably.
Oh yeah, they're very similar. I get you, but
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah, Katara. I felt like if he would have got fired, like when he meets that firebending teacher in book 2, the Earth book.
Zhang,
I think that's what
yeah.
it is. Yeah, I feel like he would have been either on par or slightly better than Azula. Not as crazy, obviously, because that's reminds me of
Well,
shooting in my ex.
What about Zuko? You think he would be better than Zuko?
I
His
think
own
he'd be
teacher?
better than Zuko because, well, because if he really got trained by that guy, that means Zuko never would have like showed up there and like stopped it. I think if Zuko would have learned the lesson he learns at the beginning of the last book, like don't be a bad guy, essentially. I think he would have been
If
either
he
better.
listened to Uncle Iroh the first time.
Yes, yes. You listen to Uncle Iroh. That's what's take away from that. Listen to Uncle Iroh.
Listen to Uncle Iroh.
I feel like he would be on par or slightly better than Aang. And I feel like he would be able to have used lightning in a different way no one else could. Because if you watch it, Zuko, how he uses firebending is not like from what I could tell from the other firebenders, is not traditional, right? Everyone did the kicks, the punches, the flip kicks and stuff. But Zuko used a form of fighting called capoeira. It's Brazilian martial arts dancing. The little like top spin thing he does is a traditional like move to showcase. It's not an actual fighting move; it's a showcasing move.
Right.
But how he uses it, I feel like if he could have learned lightning, he could have used it the same way through his feet and would have been devastating.
That would have been interesting to see, actually.
Because he was the only one who did it like that. Azula kind of did one where like she did like a spinning heel like trip thing, and then she came up with her left leg and did like a fire. But he looked like a top when he did it.
He looked like a top. I mean, you're not wrong.
I mean, kind of what he looked like. But anyway, to get off that tangent, holy crap! I knew this was going to happen too. Like I totally should have bet like you on this.
No, that's completely fine. Like that's what this talk show is about. Like it's literally our talk show, what we want to talk about. So if we go on tangents, it's gonna happen. So this is literally what we wanted to do, was just to have, like, we can do this by ourselves, but it's better if we're doing it to someone else as well.
Yeah. So
But on the, like, if would Aang be better? Do you think Zuko could be better than Uncle Iroh when it comes to firebending?
I don't know on that one. Even with Zuzin's comment, like Zuko was like when that came and you saw what Zuko was doing against Azula, that was impressive. Because Azula had
Right.
always like kicked his ass every single time.
Because like here's the thing, like Katara, outpaced Paku easily.
Yeah.
Toph is literally the greatest earthbender to ever live.
She
And,
invented metal bending.
up until
she's
Korra, there might be someone better, but as of we know right now, she is the greatest earthbender to ever live. And through the last Airbender, Iroh's like 10 times, if not more, better than Zuko.
Anybody else?
And with
like,
do you think with Zuko, like with his training with the actual dragons, like Iroh had, do you think Zuko could be better than Iroh, like in the future? Like peak Iroh versus like a peak Zuko, who would be better in a fight at Agni Kai?
So we're talking like Iroh during the original seeds of Ba Sing Se, right? Like that peak Iroh?
Like when he was the Dragon of the West.
Okay, so I want to say yes. Only because if you take the peak Iroh versus the peak Zuko, from what I understand the timeline wise, peak Iroh had only just discovered how to deflect lightning. So peak Zuko would have mastered that by then. So I think that's where he gets the advantage. But when it comes to raw talent and power without Zozin's comment, I think Iroh would have him beat. It's just the lightning deflection is the only thing that Zuko would have for him.
I'm kind of torn on it just because Zuko showed a lot of promise, especially after training with the dragons and learn a better way to firebend instead of just using raw emotion and anger at a younger age. I think even without Zozin's comment, I think Zuko would barely edge out a peak Iroh. Just because in Last Airbender, he's nowhere near his peak. He's only 16 years old still.
That's right. So if you hit them both if they're both I want to say 25.
As 25 to 30 would be around their peak, because I'm just thinking in basketball players terms, that's usually when their peak is, around 28 to 30. So a 28-year-old Zuko versus a 28-year-old Iroh.
Well, no, let's not even look at it at basketball peak terms, right? Let's look at it at wrestlers or mixed martial artists peak, right?
Okay,
a lot of their peak is in their 30 to 35. 30 to 35, because at that point they've pretty much got their style down. They have specific stuff they like doing. Because I feel like it'd be a pretty good match actually then at that point.
Yeah.
Because I always forget that Zuko's actually only 15 or 16.
Yeah, he's literally a teenager in the Airbender. When he learns to deflect lightning, when he learns from the Dragon Masters, he is still young comparative to everyone else.
Plus, he did the same thing Iroh did. If you look I think it's last 7 episodes of the last book. His firebending style kind of changes. So he goes from this whole fighting style where it's very aggressive, it's the same as every base run-of-the-mill firebender.
Right.
His form changes that it almost mirrors Aang's airbending and Katara's waterbending. Now, for you who don't know, waterbending, the forms they use are actual Tai Chi forms. They're all meditative forms that you'll see Katara use. A few of them were defensive. Tai Chi doesn't really have the aggressive part of the martial arts spectrum, but you will act when he's fighting Azula, when he's first fighting off Azula and guarding off her attacks, he's using something called Right Ward Off. Okay, whole purpose of that is to block something and then push it away. That's what he kind of does with Azula in that last fight. He's not being aggressive; he's being very defensive.
Right.
As a firebender, that's not really a thing. My opinion, right?
I mean, that's a good way to look at it, just because firebending throughout the entire Airbender series is they're always looking to attack. They don't defend or deflect. They just attack. So
And-
that's a very good point. I don't know. Good point.
And if you look at it, the only like
Hi,
defensive-
cartoons. Haven't seen you in a while. Welcome to the war room. Almost said war zone. Like, no, that's not right.
No, we're not doing that. Like, no Warzone.
I don't think anything you have could handle Warzone, or even hold Warzone, let alone that.
Like, I'd have to delete so much crap on this laptop. It's not even
So
funny.
much shit. How are you doing, cartoons? So what you're watching right now is called The War Room. It is a not daily. Oh, yikes. Weekly talk show with me and my good friend Tyku here, talking about the Airbender series along with Legend of Korra and other nerdy and geeky stuff going on that we think would be cool to talk about, or stuff we could just rant about for like 2 hours.
Yeah, there's a lot of topics we can do that with. But like, yeah, like I was saying, like it's the only Nickelodeon show besides maybe Rocco's Modern Life that had different topics every episode. Like no episode was ever the same run of the mill. I know Rocco's Modern Life and Avatar fit in the same spectrum of different topics in every episode. Like how does that work, Nickelodeon? First of all, Rocco's Modern Life should never have been on Nickelodeon. Like let's get one thing straight here.
Yeah,
It
that
had so many bad things. Like I never understood why my parents and my brother laughed so hard at that show, and I'm like 6 or 7 when that show came out. I'm a kid. I just
thank you
think
for
it's
the
funny.
host tunes. I appreciate it. Oh,
Yeah, it's
press the wrong
just,
button. Look.
Yeah, stop that, dude.
No, I will not.
It's a talking kangaroo, and like there's like a talking platypus, and like a turtle that's like super nerdy, like stuff like that made me laugh as a kid. I rewatched that show after I graduated high school, almost 10 years ago. I hate saying that, really do.
We old, bud.
Yeah, I know.
We old.
What?
What?
So
We gotta get up for just. What?
I watched it. Then I understood why my parents were laughing all the time. Those jokes are horrible. Those are some very adult jokes. These are jokes I tell at a bar.
Like it really broke it for me, because when I found out that Rocco was working at like a sex hotline or whatever, I'm like,
Yeah.
wait a minute,
I said, oh my, like,
wait a minute.
my parent always told me that it was like a credit card company. I'm like, okay, that's why that's for credit card numbers all the time. Then I thought he's looking for like a sex talk line. Like, here's my thing though, right? If he's working there, right, as one of the callers, who's like getting off on that kind of voice? Like,
Oh no.
you know what I mean? Like, Rumple's voice is not the sexiest. Now, I'm not trying to say that I sound like Casanova over here. I know I don't. But like hearing this all the time, like, if you had to hear that and you get off on that, cool for you, I guess. But
we got
it's not for me,
issues, man. We got issues if you getting off on that kind of thing.
No. We know someone way worse who. Let's not even
Okay.
talk about that.
Oh, good. Oh no. Are we gonna start?
Let's wait to talk about that later on.
Are we gonna
okay?
talk about this already?
We're not gonna talk about that till later on. All right, that's not a now topic. Let's start with some good, wholesome family topics.
Family topics. Oh no, man. There we go. I can see chat better now. Oh no. Oh gosh. Anyway, so we've got some good games coming out later this year. We got, Last of Us 2, which was supposed to come out in March, has now been delayed to, when was it?
Dude, our coworker that we're all now technically like peers and shit at work. He was so mad when he came into work.
Last of Us
overtime
2 originally for March, now slated for June 9th, so 2 more weeks, week and a half rather. So
wait, what's the next date?
June 19th is when. Oh no, that was the initial release date. Where is the new release date?
I thought it was this weekend, or it's next weekend. Can't remember. If it was this weekend.
Oh no, it will be no. The new release date is June 19th. It was previously due on May 29th, not March. That was my fault.
Yeah.
Got that.
He
Got
was
that thing.
so mad.
I know,
about
dude.
it.
I felt so bad for him because he was looking for, like, he was happy about it. He played the beta. He's like, oh my goodness, and then guess what?
Dude, I told him he needs it on his vest. He needs to get a big fight. He needs to have someone like graffiti or like stitch in like a firefly symbol for work. Because like, I feel like that'd be kind of funny. Like, hey,
Yeah.
where's this guy at? Follow the firefly, right there.
Oh,
So
goodness.
there's that. Valorant just came out, what, 2 weeks ago?
Valorant, no, official release was Tuesday of this week. It has been in closed beta for 2 or 3 weeks. I am enjoying a lot of it. It's fucking free. It's made by Riot Games, same people who made League of Legends. One of the biggest games that brought esports to light in the last 12 years. So
Ashes Bay.
right, but I love the hell out of it. I have a lot of fun. It's casual, it's competitive, it's good.
So I haven't played an actual game in it. I kind of just went through the tutorial last night because it got done downloading like at 4 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of want to be somewhat awake for doing this.
Right.
A little bit alive, not like I'm going to work. But play the tutorial, I'm like, this is actually pretty cool. Like, no one has special guns that gives them the advantage. Like, if you do a 1v1 in Overwatch, right, and someone is Widowmaker, no, Black Widow? Yeah, right? That's that? No,
Widowmaker.
And then you're like Tracer or a Reaper, you get one headshot at by a full-on sniper blast and you're done.
I mean,
and then that's like, I'm just saying that's kind of what happens.
So I kind of want to pit the two against each other because they obviously both have people have different abilities and whatnot. But Overwatch does have the everyone has their own weapon, which I am okay with. But I would rather the abilities be what make it, and not just because I have this gun and I win. Like that's kind of stupid to me. So I would prefer Valorant just because it's to me it's more skill based because they took the way of like how CS:GO was or is rather. Like you have to be accurate and you got to be disciplined with your mouse movement, with your clicks, with your body movement. Like you got to be disciplined if you want to win. So I prefer Valorant much more over Overwatch because I feel like it's more fair.
Yeah, I know. So like when I was playing through like the training part of it or whatever, and the person they gave me has that bow, right? That like you can see enemies through walls, and your ultimate is you can actually shoot through walls. Yeah. Which, by the way, they kind of got inspiration from Perfect Dark 64. There was an X-ray sniper rifle that was bullshit. My brother always would pick it up, and I couldn't understand how I was dying all the time as a kid. Then when I was in high school, we started playing again, and I found out what that did. I'm like, okay, I'm coming for you now, bro. You're dead.
You're a piece of shit.
You're a piece of shit.
By the way, that is that's Sova. That's my main.
Okay. Yeah, I'm like, okay, this is cool, and I like there's not like 8,000 guns like Counter-Strike Go. Like, there's literally like 4 assault rifles, 2 snipers, I think 4 shotguns, and there's like a whole bunch of like side.
No,
like,
so there's what? 6 sidearms, 2 SMGs, 2 shotguns, 4 assault rifles, 2 snipers, 2 LMGs. I believe.
Yeah,
that should be.
Yeah, it was like it was. I think it was 2 or 3 LMGs. I can't remember. But anyway, each of those guns has a balance to them. Like the first LMG, it shoots really fast, but it goes all over the goddamn place. The second one it shoots kind of like moderate and doesn't have that much kick. The third one has like no kick, and it's like but it takes forever to shoot. So there's a gun for everybody in that game. Obviously, because I'm going to go towards the sniper or the SMGs because that's kind of my go-to in most first-person shooters.
That's fair. All right, so Valorant is out. People can play that for free, obviously. So if you guys are
coming out in a few months,
Cyberpunk 2077 initial release date is September 17th. Originally slated
I was so mad about that,
April.
Dude. Yeah, I was going to get that because Final Fantasy VII was set not to release until a few months after that. I'm like, okay, I got 3 months to play that. And then they pushed Final Fantasy up, which like, oh crap, I gotta go spend money. Wasn't prepared for that. Whatever. And they're like, oh, by the way, we're pushing Cyberpunk back. What?
I mean,
y'all just gonna like, dude, that's like showing me like $1 billion in a briefcase down the highway. Like, oh, it's right. Oh, we're gone. Like, why would you do that?
I mean,
Don't
at
do
least
that.
you're able to save money now. So instead of buying one $60 game into another $60 game, so
Yeah, but like, I
I
like
mean,
games
I
like
was
that.
kind of the same way because I was gonna buy both either way too, and I'm like, oh, I don't have to buy it now. Now, awesome.
Like when they pushed up Fall Fantasy, I'm like, I'll wait about Fall Fantasy. Let me play Cyberpunk for a minute. Then my brother calls me. He's like, "Oh, you hear what happened?" I'm like, "Who died?" Like I thought someone died because my brother doesn't call me at like 3 in the morning for no freaking reason.
Who died?
He's like, "Oh yeah, no, they pushed Cyberpunk back." Don't tell me this shit while I'm at work. Like, I gotta deal with dumb assholes. Now I gotta deal with that the rest of the night. Now I'm pissed off.
Yeah,
Stupid.
but I am definitely excited for Cyberpunk. I've been excited since they first announced it. I'm like, it's CD Projekt Red, the same people who make The Witcher, and The Witcher, as everyone knows, is just an amazing series of games.
Like,
So I am more than excited for it.
Here's what's amazing about this, right? So, Dungeons and Dragons, right? That's something I play. It's something you play.
Oh yeah.
For everyone else who doesn't know, something I actually like talking about. Cyberpunk was originally called Cyberpunk like 2020 or some. It wasn't originally 2077.
The actual tabletop is called Cyberpunk, and there was actually an expansion called 2077.
That's right. It was the expansion. It was like the second disc for D&D. But
Something
whatever.
like that, yeah.
Watching those gameplay trailers and them going through the two different ways, I'm like, I want a Dungeons and Dragons game like this because they're taking a tabletop game that no one knew about really. Like,
yeah, it really
unless
wasn't.
you were as old as third, you didn't really know about it.
Well, unless you're like a hardcore like tabletop D&D kind of person, you probably didn't even know about it. I didn't know about it.
I'm not super hardcore. Like, I watch Critical Role, and that's about as hardcore as I get.
Like you enjoy it. You don't obsess over it.
Yeah, I don't obsess over it. I obsess about many of things. D&D is not really one of them, but I do enjoy playing it.
Yeah. Definitely.
But I want to see more tabletop games that could like do that because like Cyberpunk's a good one. Like they could possibly do like a first-person D&D at some point.
Speaking of tabletops into actual video games, that reminded me of fucking Shadowrun. I want a video game of Shadowrun. They did it before and it was terrible. I want a better version of it because I like playing Shadowrun tabletop. That was fun.
The Shadowrun game that came out like in the early or mid 2000s.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I know what game you're talking about.
Yep.
Never played it because it looked horrible.
I played it because I didn't know anything about it. Then I learned it was actually like a tabletop game, and I played it with my friends. I'm like, the game is shit, but this, I like it.
It's amazing.
This is amazing. I want a better game version of that. So like if CD Projekt Red can actually make this work, like a tabletop game into a video game and make it work, I wonder if not specifically them, even though I'd love CD Projekt Red to do more, if other companies could do it too, like that would be pretty cool.
Yeah. All right.
So
second. I'll be right back.
Okay. So how's everyone doing in chat? I hope you all are having a good day. It's a windy ass afternoon for us here in Nevada. It's bad outside. We're just hanging out, talking about Korra, talking about new games coming out this year that we've been looking towards. So, that's about it right now. If you guys have anything you want to talk about, go ahead and put it in the chat, and we'll see what we can do.
Phone is literally like at 3%.
Oh yikes! Yeah, you got to get more monitors, bud.
Yeah. No, like I could technically get a tower built and literally like have my TV as one screen, have a like small monitor right here. I could double monitor the shit, but
Right.
I don't want to really do the double monitor thing because I don't really got room in my apartment for it. It's not a big apartment. Like, soon as I get a house, I'm definitely gonna like, or if I move to a new apartment complex that's literally gonna have a spare room for me to do whatever I want with it.
I mean,
I'm probably gonna
literally,
have like a 3 monitor setup.
literally right now, and this is my bedroom. I got a couch right here and my bed, a 58-inch TV, an L-shaped desk with 2 monitors, which I need to get a third one. I got so much room for activities in here. It's ridiculous.
Activities. Okay.
Activities.
Whatever.
So back to games. The last game that I want to talk about, of course, as you can see, under my side of the screen, there is Bayek from Assassin's Creed Origins, and later this year, no date yet, but initial date just says December 2020, which probably won't be right because Assassin's Creed games usually come out at the end of October to beginning of November. Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Oh my god!
Like, okay, if you take away literally that it's an Assassin's Creed game, right? Take away that it's Assassin's Creed IP. Just take that away. That game just looks like a good game.
That
like,
game just looks good.
Viking game with stealth mechanics. That game would be amazing. But here's the thing that I'm kind of like, I'm playing devil's advocate on this one because I'm looking forward to this game more than like a lot of people. But it's gonna be hard for people to get behind the whole Viking thing as an assassin, because Vikings aren't your stealthy people. They're your berserkers, they're your raiders, we're going to take over the city with an axe and a beer. That's kind of their thing. So like, it's going to be hard for people to get behind the Assassin's Creed thing with Valhalla. I think it's going to be amazing. Like, I don't think the protagonist is actually a Viking. I think he's part of the assassin line. He was like British or something, European, and grew up in one of those like villages. And then he finds out who his family is what I'm thinking is going to happen. Plus, you get to see more gods. Like, I've been waiting for like a legitimate like Norse mythology game besides God of War. God of War is amazing, but this is going to be freaking awesome.
So I understand what you're coming from with the Vikings not being stealthy and whatnot, but then I'm gonna have you look toward both Origins and Odyssey, especially Odyssey. A Spartan is a fucking assassin. It's the same thing. They're like walls of lines and charging. And Odyssey, if I did not really care for Odyssey because it literally just felt like a reskinned Origins and longer for no reason. That was my only issue with Odyssey, but it was still a beautiful game. It was still fun, but I still would choose Origins over Odyssey. And then onto Origins, you're playing as, I think Origins makes the most sense. I would think, because you're not really playing like a warrior, a soldier, or anything like something that's stereotypically just warmongering, hit him in the face with a fucking spear. It's you're an Egyptian basically bodyguard of the pharaoh. Yeah, which Magi. Makes more sense. Yeah, Magi, which makes more sense to be stealthy to an extent. It makes more sense than a Viking or a Spartan, but still, you wouldn't see them to just sneak around. You would see them next to the pharaoh, actually protecting them, face-to-face combat and that kind of thing. So
yeah. So okay. So my thing is like, I love all mythology. I love Norse mythology, and specifically some Japanese and Asian mythology is freaking amazing. And everyone's like, we're gonna get a ninja assassin game. We're gonna get this and that. Ninja Assassin is just too like on the nose for me, man. Like, there's too many of those right now.
It makes too much sense.
There's Ninja Gaiden. I think Sekiro's died twice. You play a ninja.
You play a samurai. You play a samurai.
Is it a samurai?
You play a samurai.
Yet, I don't know. Okay. There was already like an Asian Assassin's Creed like side-scrolling game.
Yeah,
it was actually really Chronicles. Good. I played a little bit of it at my buddies, and it's actually a really fun game. Same with like the Russian one. They're both really fun.
So like, I was talking to my buddy who's also like really big Assassin's Creed fan, and I was like, dude, you would be a really cool time period for Assassin's Creed if they could pull it off. Fucking Genghis Khan, Mongolia.
Dude, like, wait.
That would be so awesome. I think that would be really cool.
One of the Assassin's Creeds take place during that whole Mongolian thing?
Wait, no.
Because I think one does. I think one takes place either like right before it or during it. But I'm not 100% sure.
Because Assassin's Creed 1 is during the Crusades. The entire Assassin's Creed 2 storyline is Renaissance of Italy. Assassin's Creed 3 is obviously the American Revolution. Assassin's Creed 4 is not. There's not really a time period for it, but like Blackbeard time, I guess.
Oh no, it takes place. I believe Assassin's Creed 4 technically takes place like during or after the War of 1812, something like that.
Oh, that's a good point. No. It's before Assassin's Creed 3 because Edward is Connor's grandfather.
That's right. I got that accurate. That's my bad.
Yeah.
So then
it's way before 1776. So what would that time period even be?
Well, because pirates kind of died out after 1776. Like the escape of pirates from the 1600s to like the 1740s or some shit like that. Pirates kind of died out between that time period because Blackbeard got killed allegedly or whatever.
And if
stuff like that, and then Odyssey's obviously during the Queen Cleopatra era. Holy shit! I can talk words. Yeah,
Origins is Cleopatra.
Yeah, Origins is that, and then Odyssey takes place during.
That would be.
What is that war?
The Trojan War.
Yeah, Trojan War.
I think it's the Trojan War.
The
Greeks versus the Spartans, I believe, was the Trojan War.
Yeah, that war lasted.
Yeah, so none of them really overlap with like Mongolia time.
So Mongolia would be kind of cool.
Because like, Mongolia was like way long time ago, like what, 1500s, 1400s?
Yeah. But here's my thing, right? Like, are they gonna like? Is it every time you go talk to like Genghis Khan, he has a different like concubine, like? Because supposedly we're all related to Genghis Khan somehow.
Or he's like, or he just has bitches everywhere.
Yeah, like a bazaars or some shit, or a harem. There you go, a harem.
Yeah, harem.
Like that'd be interesting, but like I don't know, man. Like I would play it because like I like history actually. I love history.
That's why I love Assassin's Creed so much because I love history.
Well, that's how I got into history, was playing those games. Yeah, I don't know. Like it would be fun, but I don't know if it would get projected well with the fans.
I mean, as long as Ubisoft keeps doing what they're doing and takes at least minimum 2 years between games, I think they'll be fine.
Yeah, wish other game companies would figure that
fucking Call of Duty
formula out. Like, holy shit, dude.
I will say though, Modern Warfare is much better than a lot of the Call of Duties that have been coming out. So
yeah, like
so I will say that, but still, I think Activision just needs to just take a year off. Just no Call of Duties for 1 year, because with how often they get updated anyway, you can have 10 people do the updates for the current Call of Duty, and then the rest of the team will work on the next Call of Duty for the next year and a half. Like,
or what they need to do, so they can take like 2 years to make the next one, rather than just release the Modern Warfare 2 campaign, release the whole goddamn game with multiplayer. I was so mad about that. Heard it was coming, and then I went to go look at it. It's just the fucking campaign. I want to play the fucking campaign only. I have a PlayStation fucking 3 with that game. I mean, it's just the lobbies are fucking closed half the fucking time, so I can't multiplayer it. Give me the fucking multiplayer on my PlayStation 4. That's all I asked.
That's fair, but like, the Modern Warfare 2 campaign is still one of my favorite campaigns of any Call of Duty. I can't really be mad about it. I didn't buy it, but I wouldn't be mad if I did buy it just because remastered Modern Warfare 2 campaign. Oh, I'd be so happy about that.
Like, I didn't buy it. Like, I haven't played it yet. Not about getting it just for the ghost skins for like Warzone and multiplayer in Modern Warfare, but like, dude, it's so hard for me to buy like remasters sometimes. Like, I haven't even picked up Spyro or like Crash Bandicoot yet, because I'm like, I didn't play those games that often when they were first out, and like, I've played enough like platformers to last me like 3 lifetimes. Like Ratchet and Clank, and I feel like Ratchet and Clank is like it's a fun game, but one game that does not get talked about enough, that needs to do more games for it, or he needs to be in Smash Bros. I don't care. I need some more Sly Cooper, man. Sly Cooper platformers games are so fun. Come on, and it has like the best name for a game title for like and like the so cartooniness was like amazing.
See,
Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus. That's like the best name for a book. Also, that game got people like I'm pretty sure got interested. That people were thinking about becoming furries. Like, Carmelia Fox should not be that attractive.
Probably. But
like,
I never really played Sly Cooper when I was a kid. I didn't play that game, and even though the game I played a lot of, which is pretty similar, I never played Sly Cooper. But I would like a remaster, like you know how they did that Crash Bandicoot and Spyro remasters. I would love a remaster of Jak and Daxter.
Dude, that would.
Oh my god, that'd be
Video game company.
So
if you are for some odd weird reason looking at small time streamers right now, first of all, what are you doing with your life? Like, you that bored? Come on.
Right.
You'd be doing other things, like making a Jak and Daxter HD remaster.
Oh my god, dude.
Make it happen.
Oh my god, that'd be so good.
Look,
I mean,
2 people would already pre-order it. Your legendary
Easy.
collections. We'll throw $300 on that shit.
for real though, dude. Jak and Daxter, like just even if it was just the first game, the Precursor Legacy, I would be all in on that. All in on that. Easily.
Because I played, so I've only played I think 2 or 3, and then I played like the PSP Dexter game that was went with like the Clank game that they did for Ratchet and Clank.
Right.
Like I played those. Those were fun. Like I enjoyed I enjoyed the second Jak and Dexter. I thought that game was like so underrated.
Jak 2 was pretty good.
For back then. Like the game, like you got a lot of people talking about it, but like if you went to an arcade, for all the young people watching this, an arcade is the place where there's these video game cabinets and you socialize with people, not looking at your cell phone all day. Oh, dude, I'm gonna get so sick for that probably.
As we're like, you know, looking at computer screens into webcams and talking and shit.
Hey, we're socializing, all right, and we're socializing with everybody else. We're not just cooped up in our rooms playing Fortnite, talking about people's mothers. Like, we did that at work. It's fine.
I mean, I did that playing Call of Duty, so.
I'm not gonna lie either. I did the same thing, but like, it's neither here or there. Like, Jak and Dexter, Sly Cooper, Ratchet Clank. Those 3 games did not get talked about in arcade. You what got talked about in arcade? Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Call of Duty, like.
Well, yeah, because like
Battlefront, anything Star Wars, like any Star Wars game that came out back in the day was talked about in arcade. Knights of the Republic, Knights of the Republic 2, Star Wars Galaxies, the original MMO where you couldn't start off with a lightsaber. You actually had to like build one, and then you had to go find a Jedi temple, find a holocron, learn to become a Jedi or become a Sith. It was like performing like surgery like on the brain, dude. It was just like tedious as all hell. But those games need to come back and like, even if they didn't do remasters, like if they did like straight up what they did with Ratchet and Clank for PlayStation 4, with that movie, like they just remade the whole thing. Like it's the original, like it's the first game but different. You could do it with Sly Cooper.
They did do a remake of Ratchet and Clank, didn't they?
Everyone's like, oh, it's a continuation. No, it's not. If you play the freaking game, you meet Clank on the planet. It didn't like no one lost their memory. That's not the premise of it. It's Ratchet's abandoned on and stuck on a planet. Clank's a deformed robot. Crash lands on the planet. Oh, by the way, spoilers if you haven't played the game. It's been out for almost 7 years. There's not even a movie about it. It's shocking. Like it's a remake. It's not a like continuation. Like there's like no one talks about how they forgot stuff. Just a different version of it. That's all. It's like Mortal Kombat. What was it, 9? Where it was like they took the first game and like they kind of redid the story. Where like, okay,
I don't even know what the story is anymore because like I didn't really pay attention to the story ever since Shaolin Monks. So.
Oh, we'll get to that game in a second, actually.
Oh no.
But
I just opened a new can of worms.
I have one pet peeve about movies, TV shows, and video games.
Oh no.
Which is weird because I like the Flash TV series. I hate time travel. Okay, time traveling messes with too much stuff. Like Flashpoint, Mortal Kombat did time traveling. There's like different multiverses where Raiden and like Liu Kang always fight for some odd reason. It makes no freaking no. Like stop with the time traveling. Like Back to the Future, Doctor Who. That's all we need for time traveling. And the ironic part that I'm saying that is I'm actually writing out a D&D campaign that involves time traveling because I'm that person.
I am
I hate it, but I'm gonna write about it because it. All my friends love time traveling because they all like the Flash.
Oh, jeez.
Anyway, Shaolin Monks. That game is so underrated. It's not even funny. Like
I thought Shaolin Monks was pretty fun. There's
I
like
mean,
an
so
actual
first-
story mode to it. Instead of just fighting people, you actually did other shit.
I mean, okay. Ed Boon took the premise of King of Fighters, Street Fighter, which was it's a tournament and you fight each other. Except Ed Boon's like, I want to see the ice guy pull the spine out his ass. Wait, what? Yes, we're gonna have fatalities, and we're gonna pull the spine out the ass. We can't do that. That's too graphic. Okay, we'll just take the whole. He'll freeze him, grab his skull, just tear it out, Predator style. Okay, we can do that. Game sold millions. It still sells millions any time it comes out. Like, he took a premise and amped it up.
I feel like no, but like Mortal Kombat nowadays is more of a cash grab than anything because you like with all these special like characters like getting added to it like Predator, Jason, Alien, like all these like licensed IP fucking characters.
Yeah.
It just feels like such a cash grab for DLC, and I'm like, that's irritating. That's not the Mortal Kombat I remember playing a lot.
I'm just glad. Okay, so there was a rumor that went around Reddit when they were talking about Mortal Kombat 10 had like the Alien, the Predator, Michael, like Jason and stuff, right? There was a rumor going around that I read that they were going to be in the story mode originally, but you couldn't play as them. They were just going to kind of be in the background. I'm like, first of all, no xenomorph looks like that in the movie. Okay, if that was going to be in the story, I probably would have like thrown that disc and shot it with a shotgun. Probably would have happened. I could see Jason being in story mode just because of like his mythical powers. Same with Freddy Krueger. I can see Freddy Krueger doing it. But
That's fair.
Alien, like, it was weird how they did Alien to begin with. So like, Mortal Kombat 10 did not have Baraka. Don't know why. Baraka's
they
in there.
didn't, did they?
He was in there in the story. He just wasn't a playable character. Which, if you grew up playing Mortal Kombat on the Super Nintendo, yeah, kids, I'm that old. Baraka was like one of those fun characters because like he had like the most broken ability besides Scorpion. Scorpion had that stupid teleport move in Mortal Kombat 2.
Oh, yeah.
That
Teleport behind you, kick. Teleport behind you, kick. Teleport behind you to stop.
you couldn't block it. It was like
No,
impossible
you
to block.
couldn't. You fucking
You had
couldn't.
to like time it perfectly.
So
And unless you
stupid.
were a 40-year-old virgin who lived with mommy and drank chocolate milk, that wasn't happening.
Chalky milk.
Choky milk. Baraka had that stupid, like, I don't know what you would call it. Like, two girls fighting or something? Like this move? Whatever the hell you want to call that.
Oh, yeah.
In the corner with that. You would do that for 5 seconds, uppercut. As soon as they hit the ground, you do it again. It was the most broken thing ever. But no, they made the aliens one of its variants, because that's when they had the variants, like, because they had, like, Takeda. So that's when they introduced all the kids, like Takeda, Jackie Briggs,
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Jason
Yeah.
Cage. So they introduced all the kids and stuff. And the Xenomorph had a Baraka-like variant. And I'm like, you just put Baraka in the game? Like, starting off? Like, okay, cool. That was like then, I enjoy the Injustice games. I like the DLC characters, except for literally 2 of them from Injustice 1 and 2.
I only played...
They added Scorpion, Raiden, and like Sub-Zero as like DLC characters.
Right.
Like, this is stupid. Like, now you guys getting way too far into this multiverse. Like, keep it to DC multiverse. Leave it alone. But
Like,
I gave them props in the Mortal Kombat game when they introduced Spawn, and they talk about Scorpions of your Raiden will actually talk kind of like they kind of hint that they met someone like Spawn and how Spawn acts comic book wise and like in the game is very Batman. Now, people can argue with me that Batman and Spawn are 2 different characters. If you think about it, they're not. The only difference is there's 2 differences. Spawn happens to be an African American that died and went to hell and kills people. Batman does not kill people. Like, that's literally the only difference. They're both broody guys who wear capes. And they hang out at top of churches for no reason. Being broody. Oh, my life's so hard. I'm back.
But the
Okay.
Injustice games, I only played the first one, and I did not like it at all.
That game
felt-
wasn't for everyone.
It
I
felt
hate people who get mad about that.
I
Like, how do you not like it?
it felt just so clunky to me. Like, cause you know, I played Mortal Kombat for a while. I played Street Fighter, Tekken, Marvel vs. Capcom, and Injustice just felt so clunky. Like doing combos was so hard compared to other fighting games.
So, the thing with here's my thing though. This is why I thought it was clunky because I always played I played Mortal Kombat versus DC. That was just a clusterfuck.
That was
Like,
very clunky. That was God.
No fatalities, and it's a Mortal Kombat game. What the hell were you doing, Ed Boon? Don't do shit like that ever again, please.
That was Warner Brothers. That was probably not Ed Boon. That was more than likely Warner Brothers. Like, we can't do that right now with DC characters.
You can't have people trying to kill Superman and Batman.
Right.
What? They die all the time in the comic books. Like, Batman gets his back broken. Superman literally gets punched to death by Doomsday. Like,
True.
Doomsday literally rips the Flash in half at one point. Like, come on, people. But then this game came out. When Injustice came out, I was like hardcore. I probably have close to 250 hours into this game.
Jesus.
I was like, you'll understand why though. Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse, okay? I had so many hours in that game. So I was so used to doing combos, flying around, throwing Kamehameha waves at people, Big Bang attacks, Destructo Disc, all up in this bitch. I get to that game, I'm like, this is so slow. Where's the turbo mode on this shit?
Where's the turbo mode?
Like, once I got used to it, it didn't seem that clunky. But they also updated it, so it wasn't as clunky. Combos were a little bit easier. But then you try to do multiplayer, and you have people who like to flag switch, and all of a sudden your full health bar goes to a quarter of a health bar. You know who you are, people. Don't do that shit. If you suck, you suck. It's fine. I'm horrible at some video games. Like, I like Call of Duty. I suck at it. Now. I suck at it now. Fighting games?
Same.
I'm horrible.
Like Call of Duty, normal basis, I suck. But when I have my moments where I can still drop, 30s and 40s without trying. And there's other games where I can barely get 10 kills. I'm like, man, I should just stop playing this game forever, man.
Goddamn potato aim.
Potatoes everywhere.
But and then people always I'm really good at Pokemon. Like, I feel like I'm really good at Pokemon. And everyone's like, it's a kid's game, yada yada. How come 90% of the people who have Pokemon Go are above the age of 35? How does that happen? Like, out of all the people I know, no one is underneath the age of 25 that plays that game.
Because people who played Blue and Yellow and Red, their first thing they wanted to do was, I want to do this. This is what I want to do. When Pokemon Go first happened, all their dreams came true. It wasn't as real as it could be, but it's as close as we're gonna fucking get. So they of course, everyone who played Red, Blue, and Yellow are like, yes, I'm downloading this game and it'll forever be mine. That's how I was with fucking Yellow. I'm like, oh my god, I want to do this. I want to just capture Pokemon and train them and all that.
I dabbled in Red and Blue because those are my brother's games, so I only got to play a little bit here and there. But then Ruby and Sapphire came out, and I got a Game Boy Advance that my brother gave me. And I'm like, oh, Ruby's Red and Blue is cool and all, but I want something different. And then Emerald came out, so I played. Emerald was my first real going into the games, sitting down, figuring out stuff, which Pokemon are good. I'm spinning everywhere. That's cool. Which Pokemon are good against what gym leaders, stuff like that. Learning to not use one Pokemon, because I did that first time playing Red, or I think it was Blue. And for some reason with Blue, I'm I want Charizard. Don't know why.
Just only use Charizard the entire time.
I used Charmander all the way through the game. I got to the third gym leader and could not do shit. My Charizard was a level 70, and then I had a Geodude at level 2.
I feel it. I
didn't know what the fuck I was doing when that game came out. That's or this like I have nothing wrong with people getting into stuff that like I've enjoyed since I was a kid, but when they have the facts wrong, that's what really bugs me. So like 3 or 4 years ago, there was an app. There was a Power Ranger game app. They had like this whole morphing grid thing. It was a fun little app game. Like I enjoyed it. It was like, yeah, it's okay. I don't have time to play it. I'm working. I'm always doing stuff. Then they released it for like the consoles, like the Switch, PlayStation, Xbox. Game's like a nice little fighting game. But when I see people go, man, this is the like so glad they finally came out with a Power Ranger game. Oh, they came with Power. What? Like, there was a game for the Nintendo way back in the day. There was one for Super Nintendo. There was a Sega Genesis one. There was a 64 game called Lightspeed Rescue, where you drove around in the Power Ranger Lightspeed Rescue like fire trucks and the ambulance and the plane and stuff like that. Then there was like the GameCube Dino Thunder. There's been plenty of Game Boy games about that. This comes down to like, oh, finally they made one. Nah, bitch, you're wrong. They've had plenty. Get your facts straight.
Get your shit together.
Fact check yourself. Or, okay, because this is in the background, I have to talk about it. So, the big old Devil May Cry 4 wall scroll. Okay, I got that up in Oregon. When DMC Devil May Cry came out, and all I could hear all these Super League fanboys get mad about is, wasn't the combat, wasn't the voice acting, wasn't the story, his fucking hair. People got mad about Dante's hair. It's not white. And then they got hella mad when he made the joke about how he'll never have his hair like that. By the way, thought that was amazing. I've been playing Devil May Cry since that game very first came out for PlayStation 2. Which, the Devil May Cry was originally supposed to be Resident Evil 4, but they scrapped that idea and made Devil May Cry. And then Resident Evil 4 came out later on. So many people were mad about that. That's not what I was mad about the game about. I was mad about that fucking ending. The ending was so, like, it was cookie cutter. If you played the third Devil May Cry game, you knew this ending was coming. The whole entire time, Virgil seems like your buddy. He's the big brother or little brother, twin brother or whatever, how you want to look at it, helping you out.
Brother, right?
They're twins. They're twins, but I can't remember. I can't remember who's born first. Like, I don't even think it really fucking matters with that shit. If you're one of those twins who does the stupid, oh, I'm 6 seconds older because mom pushed me out first, you're an asshole. Like, don't do that. But
Jesus.
But that ending comes and Virgil starts talking about how the humans need our protection and we need to make sure that they don't hurt themselves. Oh, so slaves is what you're saying. And then Dante and Virgil get mad and then they start fighting. I literally paused my game, sat it down, and walked away. For like 20 minutes. Because I'm like, bro, what? Like, you build up to, like, you beat Moondis. Like, that game could have ended there, I would have been happy. It could have ended really when they're just talking. And, like, they beat Moondis and it's all happy rainbow and sunshine, right? But, like, nah. You gotta fight Virgil. It's gotta happen. What? No. Like, you guys talk about how it's a different version of the game, yet you do the same shit that the other games did. You fight Virgil, then it ends you with him going to hell. It's, yeah. But that's not even like why I didn't really enjoy the game that much. I enjoy the game, but if it takes me less than 12 hours to beat a game that I remember being superly long, there is an issue. That game was superly easy. First of all, they gave you way too like overpowered weapons, even at their base stats. Like Ebony Ivory and then like Rebellion are like, yeah, whatever. But then they give you an axe you can throw that causes earthquakes and lava to spread out. And then they give you a scythe that extends to like 300,000 feet that you can literally just spin in a circle with.
Spin, motherfucker.
Then they give you a gun called the Kablooey. They give you a pistol-sized grenade launcher with infinite ammo. Why not just make us God in this game, people? Like, finger guns. Do.
Finger guns.
Seriously, like, I enjoy the game, but like looking back on it, I'm like, the game was horrible. Actually, like, I own it. I haven't played it in a while. I might play it again at some point as like a streaming thing, but
A retrospective series on Devil May Cry.
what is this shit? Yeah, like it's fun, but it wasn't as bad, but it wasn't as good as some people made it out to be.
What?
I liked it. Like they could have done 3 of those. I felt like that would have been a good series for new gamers to get into, and then they could be like, oh, this is a remake of the series. What's this series like?
So you being a super Devil May Cry fan, way more than I am. What are your thoughts on DMC?
Like the one where he has black hair?
Yeah, like the alternate universe fucking Dante.
Okay, so alternate universe Dante, I like. Okay, because I like what they did. So the company Ninja Game Theory, I think that's what it is.
Ninja Theory.
Something like that. Ninja Theory. Okay, they're based out of like over in Great Britain, England, somewhere in that area.
Right.
They went with what English punk was. So there is a difference for people who don't know. There's English punk and there's American punk. American punk fits more of your skater bands, 30-0, Pennywise, stuff like that. I guess you could count Green Day as a punk band in America, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
But if you guys want some new music, 30-0 and Pennywise are both really good bands. They got like that ska punk skater feel, if you like that type of music, so it's nice. But over there they had what was some English punk bands like the Bengals, like just anything English punk related. That's kind of what his style was. If you look how he's dressed and like the flag, it's English punk. That's kind of the feel they live in. I like the character. Like, do I like original Dante way better? Yeah, I love original Dante. I always have and always will. This Dante has its own benefits, and I think they did the character good. I just think too many people were focused on.
It's not Dante.
It's not Dante. His hair's not white. Okay, why don't you just step out of your mom's basement, take a breather, enjoy your chocolate milk, okay? I'm going to be making that joke a lot, by the way. That's like my favorite joke to make. You know,
Okay.
you know why I like making it?
Making fun of them gatekeepers.
Because every freaking Yu-Gi-Oh tournament I've ever gone to, Magic the Gathering even, there's that one guy who should have had a job 30 years ago, still living with mama. No license, he's like 55, he's living with mama, drinking that choco milk, and the dinosaur shake chicken nuggets. Alright? That motherfucker should have had a job and buy his own goddamn Magic cards. Not getting no fucking
them
allowance.
kid cuisines, bro.
Then lean cuisines, bruh.
No, kid cuisine. Fucking the penguin on the box with the dinosaur nuggies and the fries and all that.
If you have like an actual issue where like you can't work, disability, stuff like that, like I have a little brother who like he can't work in the real world type of deal.
Right.
That's like I understand there's that, but if you have the capacity to figure out how Magic the Gathering, the card game, works, you can get a job.
True. Magic's
Like,
pretty fucking complicated at times.
Oh, I remember playing the original Magic the Gathering. That was complicated, and now there's like planeswalkers and shit.
Oh, you are so far behind, bud. Like, oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, I know.
You are.
You know who
Far
reminds me
behind.
every day that I'm behind?
Brett?
Brett, yeah, every goddamn day. Talks about everything Magic. Like, Brett, if you're watching this, dude, take a fucking chill pill on that shit.
Oh goodness. Like I take breaks from Magic for like years at a time. I come back, I'm like, what is this new shit? I don't know what's going on, man. I'm scared.
It's like every time I get back in the WoW, I'll stop playing for almost a year, get back into it. Like, there is so much shit going on, I have no idea what's happening.
I don't know what happened here.
What the fuck's a time walking? Like,
Oh, Lanta.
like, also, like, before we continue too much into any other topics, like, the reason I wanted, like, to start doing this is, Kagemaru serious note here is, I started watching a lot of, Achievement Hunter again, but I never really watched Rooster Teeth. I watched Rooster Teeth for Red vs. Blue, that was it. But there was a day that one of the podcasts, for anyone who watches, like, Achievement Hunter Rooster Teeth, they had Gus, Bernie, Gavin and Barbara. They started talking about like when one of those that what was it, Flight 6 something that disappeared over the China Sea or whatever, way back when.
Okay. Yeah.
They started talking about it, and then I realized something because like these are all pretty famous like people that stream and YouTube, and they have their own company and based out of Austin, Texas, but they're just regular people. Like Bernie was talking about how he's about to have another kid and how he's like in his like 40s.
Jesus.
Gus, yeah, right. Gus just hates people. Like if you watch Achievement Hunter or Rooster Teeth, you know Gus just hates people. Barbara is just like she's Canadian, but she has her own issues like everyone else. Like she's like one of the funniest people I've ever watched. And Gavin Free, I don't know. Like I love Gavin, but like I don't know, man. Like that guy's just so fucking goofy. It's not even funny.
He's so fucking goofy.
Like I like straight up. Like if I ever met the guy, or if somehow this like gets to him at some point, like the whole entire Rooster Teeth or Achievement Hunter crew. First of all, guys, hire me, please.
Don't do it. It's a trap.
Hey, you shut up. Don't ask me. But like. Those guys are like, they're all funny, like they're hysterical, like they're regular people. Gavin just says some dumb shit sometimes though, man. Like we all know, we all have that group of friends or we work with that coworker. Like you know exactly which coworker I'm talking about too. That's the bad part.
Give me some context clues here. Hold on.
He tells people what to do. He tends to be white.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good. Now my phone, like something like popped up. Check out what the hell it was.
Well, push on.
Yeah.
He tells people what to do.
He's on the same shift we are.
I'm trying to.
He's your co-partner.
Oh.
Yeah. He says some dumb shit.
Dude, like, we talk about this pretty much almost every day at work, and it's bad, but it's like, I understand he's young. I understand that, like, you know, we're not much older than him, but like...
Okay, just to give some context here real quick, guys. I'm 27, okay? InvAsian, you're
25, turning 26.
25? Yeah. Okay, so, like, him and I aren't that much older from each other, but this guy, 21, right? 22? Yeah, 21?
21,
okay.
He's turning 22 this year.
Yeah, I have 6 years on him. But he says some dumb shit and does dumb shit.
He
and when he
really,
asks for
he
our
really does
advice
say some dumb shit.
and we tell him, he's like, yeah, but no, dude, don't ask us for advice then. You're still going to stick. Okay. If he is watching this, dude, I'm sorry if you're watching this, but like, we're not going to say your name, but we're going to talk about this.
You know exactly who you are.
His girlfriend got mad at him for cooking bacon. Cooking bacon. How is you's gonna get mad at cooking one of the delicacies of America? All right.
What I don't understand. Okay. Almost every day at work, he complains about his girlfriend. They had an argument. He won't let him do this. She gets mad over that. It's like, then why are you still with her? Like, I went through that for 2 years, and now I'm like, bro, no, just fucking
glad you got
leave.
that stick out your ass, by the way.
Same. Just fucking
like, dude,
leave, bro. Fuck.
Yeah, he's not going to though.
I know he's
one
not.
of. He's just
like all he cares about is if the sex is good. He doesn't care about like how the relationship is, how the emotional status of the relationship is. All he cares about is like the sex. That's all he cares about. It's like, bro, I know you're young. I'm trying to tell you right now. No, you need to fucking leave, dude.
Yeah.
Leave.
He needs to leave post haste. Like he needs to go back in time, like 6 months ago, and slap the shit out himself.
For real though.
Like, how you gonna like? I don't like. I want to get married, have kids at some point. but I ain't about to be with no crazy bitch because she gives good head. Like, that's not happening.
I mean,
Yeah, no,
I would say that's how kids happen, but then he already has one, so he's already made the mistake once, and he's about to do it more times. Jesus.
Also, so me and InvAsian used to have a coworker, right? So I started working out again. This kid, he was still on nights. He comes up to me. Now, mind you, he's a bigger guy.
Oh no!
Like,
oh no! Oh no!
oh yeah, I'm putting this motherfucker on blast. He comes up to me. He's like, "Hey man, like I've been working on like my calorie count. Like, you need some help? Let me know." I'm like, "Okay, sure, yeah, man. I can always use some help." I see this motherfucker pull out 10 corn dogs and eat them all in one sitting.
Now
Yeah.
hold on. Before we continue, like, I'm a pretty big guy, right? Like, I got a belly. I'm a pretty big guy. This fucking guy. I got some. Hold up. I'm gonna use the pillow that I sit on. Okay, this motherfucker. He literally like this, and he trying to give me, Tyku, and more other coworkers, like, how we should eat and how we should fucking
Like,
work out and shit. Like, bro.
like, I'm
no,
not trying to say I'm the
good.
fittest looking guy, but I mean, I'm a pretty small dude. Like, I'm 5'10", 180 pounds. Like,
Oh.
I'm a pretty average sized dude. But how you gonna eat 10 goddamn corn dogs and say you're watching your calorie? Oh,
Or like-
yeah, you're watching your calories. Go in your goddamn mouth.
Like, or like what one night he fucking brought like a thing
Oh,
of spaghetti like this
whole-
big and that deep of spaghetti, ate all of it in 30 minutes. I'm like, bro, how? That's like a week
He
ration
ate
right
enough.
there.
He ate enough to feed the freaking Italian mob from the 1940s. Like, and there was 300 of them motherfuckers in one building.
Goodness, like if you're gonna try and give other people advice, like
Take your own advice first.
this can go on another tangent. Like, people who are like health gurus or like they do health and nutrition, but they fatter than a goddamn whale. How? Why? You should not. You are the last person that should be talking about fucking health and nutrition. Okay, real quick. If your cholesterol is so bad I could butter my fucking bread and it tastes good, you should not be doing health nutrition shit. Okay, that's one thing. And this motherfucker, like, bro, like me putting my pillow in my fucking shirt, that wasn't over exaggeration. That is literally how big he is. Like, that's not an exaggeration.
And the worst part is, right? He thinks he's everyone's like fucking friend.
Oh,
And he talks
goodness
shit about
Christ.
them.
Oh my goodness
Like-
Christ.
Like, how you gonna like talk shit about other people in front of me, and then right with someone else that you don't know I talk to, and then talk shit about me when I'm trying to help you out?
Right.
Like, bruh,
Like,
you live on the other side of fucking town, and I gave you a ride home, and then I find out you talking shit about me to one of my homeboys, bruh.
Like, he was one of the most two-faced fucking people I've ever known in my life. It's ridiculous. Like, it's insane.
Like, how you gonna be like that?
Why you gotta be like this, man? Like, when he first came to Nights, by the way, I already knew I was not gonna like him at all. Like,
Okay,
as
So,
soon
like,
as I
I had-
saw him, I'm like, no.
so like I had heard about him. Like, I heard people from Day Shift talk about Jordan. Like, I think I've seen him once or twice when he was still on Day Shift. I just realized I totally said his name. Oh well,
Like, he's gonna fucking watch my shit.
right? But I didn't have an issue with him. And I heard he was talking shit. And I'm like,
And then I
Bruh.
heard him talking shit.
brother, how are you gonna be talking shit about me? You don't even fucking know me. Like, I should have heard this guy say he thinks he can take me. Now, here's the thing.
What?
Yeah, he thinks
That's
he can
a
take me.
thing?
That's his part. Okay, I'm not trying to like walk around here saying I'm Billy fucking badass and shit, but like, I've learned self-defense from a Marine who I'm pretty sure he did some shady shit while he was in, but I've never asked him because I'm too afraid he's gonna like, I don't know what's gonna happen if I ask him.
That's fair.
I've been practicing Tai Chi since I was like 12, so like 15 years of that. Like, I wrestled in high school for a little bit, so like if you try to kick me, I'm taking you down.
I mean, like, and with how
I could out stamina the guy. All I gotta do
easily.
is run around in a circle for 6 seconds, and he's gonna collapse and have a heart attack.
All you gotta do is like just fucking street sweep his leg so he's on his back, and then roll him like the Indiana Jones boulder, and you're good. That's all you gotta do, man. All you gotta do.
All I gotta do is take 5 steps away from him, he's gonna run out of breath. So like,
Oh, big yikes. I mean, there's a reason he always sucked at picking. You know that, right?
yeah. All right. Just to give you guys an idea, we work at a fulfillment center. So like, I'm not as bad as I used. I'm not as bad now, but I sucked at shipping.
Yeah, you did.
And it would irritate me that this guy could talk to literally anybody at any time and still be way above our numbers, right? So he started talking mad shit when I was picking. And then I decided to put it into 5th gear, and he's like busting his ass, and he's not even at the rate, and I'm over here like way above exceeding the rate. I'm like, hey, what's going on, buddy? I thought you were good at this. Like, what's going on? Don't try to show your skills off and then come to my area and thinking you're better than me. It's not gonna turn out well for you. Don't start none. Won't be none.
So heated right now.
I know. I knew this was gonna happen too. I knew like there's gonna be like a topic that we're gonna talk about, and I was gonna all pissed off about it, get all heated. People just irritate me, dude. Like seriously.
Geez. Oh.
I'm so glad we decided to do this though.
Oh no, I think this would be really fun.
This would be really fun, yeah. And then,
I think it's gonna be really fun.
And then, like, if we like forget to watch like an episode of like horror or whatever, we could just like stream like Valorant or something.
I mean, that's what I'm gonna do. Like once we finish this, I'm probably gonna go eat a little bit. I'm gonna come back, start streaming some Valorant. You want to join?
Yeah, I'll probably join you on that. Yeah, I need to get some food too. Speaking of food, okay, so.
Oh no! I already know where he's going with this. I already know where he's going with this.
Where am I going with this?
Grilled cheese.
What do you think? Oh no! We'll get to that in a second. I got something else actually. So, if anyone lives in like the Fernley or like Reno area, like there's been graduations going on the last 2 days, and they're like drive-through graduations. My nephew graduated, and this motherfucker, right? So like I wasn't able to get him anything this weekend. So I go up to him, right? I'm like, hey, is there anything like you want or need? Like anything at all? Like he could have asked for money, a new game, new headset. Like I would have bought him some Beats by Dre. Like I would have bought him with like whatever. He's like, I want a tackle box.
I want a tackle box.
Yeah, he wants a tackle box. I'm like, Numa, okay, cool. I'll get you a tackle box. All right. So when Veda was talking about this grilled cheese, all right. So we have a specialist at work who told us how she makes grilled cheese.
She's just an associate.
That's right. She's just an associate.
She's just an associate.
I keep forgetting.
Oh, your camera froze. Uh-oh.
It froze.
Oh no. Laptop is giving out.
Come on. Work with me here. Work with me here.
All right. I guess we found our time limit in an hour and a half.
Don't do this to me.
Hour and a half is our time limit apparently, until you can either. Oh no. You get like either, I don't know if it's your webcam, probably your laptop. It's just probably hot as fuck actually.
Actually, funny enough, it's not.
Then I don't know why your webcam went out. That's weird.
Oh, I have an idea.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I'm gonna disconnect and I'm gonna call you back.
Okay.
boy, we back.
Hey, we back in here. Cool.
I has a face. Okay, cool. All right. Okay, so yeah, she's just an associate. So like, I love food.
Oh,
I might
food
be
amazing.
a dude, but I love food. Like, I would destroy a large pizza from anywhere. Okay.
Ooh, speaking of pizza,
By
I might buy some
myself.
pizza. I might order some
Well, I
pizza
had
right
pizza
now.
yesterday, so that's kind of where that went. But anyway, she told us how she makes her grilled cheese, right? Okay, we're just chilling, talking about our web, or like doing this, and she talking about food. How she makes her grilled cheese. Okay, prepare yourselves, people. I'm about to kosher shock your asses. She takes the bread, doesn't butter it. She puts it into her toaster. Okay, toaster, not pan, not griddle, not oven. Toaster.
Toaster, man.
She then gets a small skillet, which she could have cooked the grilled cheese in to begin with, but we're not gonna get there. She then grabs the American cheese craft slices. Okay? By the way, Kraft's not sponsoring this video. Or stream, whatever.
Hashtag no ad.
She then throws the Kraft single by itself in the pan. Okay? Now, I like crispy cheese bites, because I do that all the time when I'm, like, making, like, sandwiches. Like, if it's not a grilled cheese sandwich or a burger, I'll make, like, Parmesan, but, like, crisps. Put it on there. Tastes delicious. You should all try it. Don't use that powder shit in the fucking container. Get, like, the actual cheese. It's delicious. Okay? Anyway. She then takes her 2 slices of toasted bread. Okay? Which I can only imagine are black as all hell. So she just seems like she's that kind of toast person. She then puts the 2 slices away from each other. She then grabs the melty abomination from the skillet and puts it on one piece of bread and puts it on the other way. Okay?
She puts the
Ready for
melted cheese
here's
onto
the kicker.
toast.
Here's the kicker, though. That's her lazy way of doing it. The amount of time it takes to do that, I can make 3 grilled cheeses with 1 pan that's this big.
like who thinks of just putting cheese straight onto a pan?
Like what? 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 What do you mean? How's that the lazy way? Like I'm all about taking shortcuts to make my life easier, but not at the cost of good food. Like, if I wanted something that abominated, I'll go to like McDonald's and ask for a grilled cheese. Like, oh
Yikes!
Yeah, I know. Which is funny. You can technically get a grilled cheese at McDonald's.
What?
Because I accidentally got one somehow. You ready for this? This happened like years ago too. So we're going through the drive-thru, and I'm like, okay, can I get a cheeseburger? No, what was it? So like, I said, can I get a cheeseburger, just the meat, cheese, and bread? Some odd reason, they thought I said I just wanted cheese on 2 pieces of bread. So I get home, right? It was during my last warehouse job. Peak just got done. I was ready to enjoy my 3-day weekend. Getting me off at 3:30 in the morning. McDonald's just opened up. I have the milkshake machine for some odd reason was working at 3:30 in the morning, but now that's 3 o'clock in the afternoon when it's hot as all hell. Anyway, I'm drinking my milkshake. I'm enjoying this thing. This thing tastes delicious. I'm about to throw on some Supernatural. About to dig in to this cheeseburger. All right? Like, the whole ride home, I'm like, oh, you're going to get it. Oh, you've been nasty. Open it up, and it's just bread and cheese. Like,
bread and cheese.
This was like the saddest thing I ever looked at.
You got the bread and cheese, bro.
Like, just the only thing I could describe this as is if you go to, like, and you can agree with me on this, if you go to a Hawaiian place and ask for, like, Spam, eggs, and rice, and they just give you rice.
I'd be so mad.
Like, I'd be so
mad.
I
would be so mad, dude.
Like, cause Spam, so just okay, just so you guys know, I am just like as white as they can come. Like straight up, it's gonna be straight with you guys on this one.
He is pretty white.
Yeah, I German, blue eyes, like I enjoy the occasional pumpkin spice stuffs.
Pumpkin spice.
About that.
Let's go.
InvAsian over here, you know, he's more culturally around. And no, that's not a fat joke. He's just got a whole bunch of different stuff going on with it. Okay, so like, but I do enjoy I enjoy other cultures' foods. My dad's a Marine, so he went over to the place and learned to make different stuff. Like spam and rice and eggs is delicious. I don't care who you are. If you don't like spam, eggs, and rice, are you really American? You gotta ask yourself that.
So good, dude.
It's so good. And then like you throw like some sweet chili sauce on top of that, like delicious.
Oh goodness, you kill me.
But like, I can make a grilled cheese like that. Like, I'm sorry. I've been like wanting to talk about this for like almost 3 weeks now. Like, how are you gonna make a grilled cheese like that?
Oh my.
Like,
God. I really don't know
do-
like how you make like. I'd be too scared to burn the cheese.
right? Because that cheese has like a very like has a low melting point. It melts superly fast. Because for those of you who don't know, American Craft Singles is pretty much like Velveeta or government cheese.
Plastic cheese.
Hey, don't be fucking dissing the plastic cheese. It's delicious.
But I'm not
What's wrong with you?
wrong. I'm not saying it's not delicious. I love cheese, but it's plastic cheese.
I mean, you're right. You're right. But like, it's so good.
I mean, you're right.
Like,
you also right.
okay, let's like talk about this for a second, okay? Like, marijuana is legal in most of like the states nowadays. About 2 years ago, no, not even 2 years. It was like maybe 8 years now. I was like 19, and so I was living up in Portland, like, or Eugene. It was Eugene actually. We were like, me and my buddy were smoking. We got super high, and I'm like, I want some cheese sauce, just cheese sauce. So my white ass goes into our kitchen, grabs the big box of Velveeta, opens it,
yes.
I take the pouch out, throw the macaroni away, I grab a spoon, and I'm eating the shit out the bag with a spoon. Like, I have never been that high since. It's like, I don't like getting that high. But, yeah.
Jesus
That's
Christ,
that
man.
happened to my life. I know. I'm such a bad influence on the internet.
There's always all I think is. Oh. That's all I see. Just dipping in the bag. Just,
Oh, dude, like I was like 3 knuckles deep in that son bitch too, man. Like when the spoon wasn't getting it, I was whole hogging. I was just like, that cheese is mine. Like,
just in there, shoulder deep,
just
bro.
in there, fucking elbow deep, man. God, I really hope like my parents decided not to. I put this on my Facebook, dude. My parents are watching this. Oh, good God! If I get a phone call later,
That'd be funny as hell, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I would laugh. I'm laughing already.
Fucking ridiculous. But like, that grilled cheese still bugs me, dude. Like, how?
The grilled cheese still bugs me, man.
Like, I swear to
I
God,
don't know
the
either.
only thing worse is if someone tells me when they cook pasta, they put the pasta in at the same time they're boiling the water. Like, I will fucking murder somebody. Dude, I'm not even Italian.
People do that? What?
I've never heard of anyone doing that, but if I knew
hope
someone
not.
who did, I would literally, I might murder them. Like, I don't know.
I might murder them. Jesus Christ, bro.
So if any of my friends are watching this and you cook like pasta that way, you're probably gonna die.
Oh,
Beware of
goodness.
And if my family members are watching this, I swear to God, if I come over to your house and you start making some Kraft mac and cheese like that or some penne, we gonna have words. Might not kill you, but we gonna have words.
We gonna have some words, bro.
Like, it's not that hard to cook anything anymore. There's literally YouTube channels dedicated to this shit now. There's 2 that I watch on the regular. My favorite one's Binging with Babish, because he has a series literally called Basics with Babish, in which he shows you how to cook basic things like chicken, steak. And he shows you how to cook steak every type of way. So, like, if you from Texas, you like your shit fucking mooning at you, he shows you how to cook it like that. Or if you like your steak well done, first of all, you should not be cooking steak well done. That's just an abomination. Like, I like a nice medium, well, slightly rare steak or burger. I swear to God, if I start getting hate mail from Texans that are watching this, I'm just gonna like, I win internet. That's how I feel about that one. But like, there's like, it's so hard. It's hard to not know how to cook. When someone tells me they don't know how to cook, I look at them just like, how do you not know how to cook? The instructions are literally on all the boxes nowadays. If you don't know how to cook something, you can literally YouTube it. Like, Kikuman soy sauce has a website with a French onion soup recipe that I use, and it's fucking amazing.
Do they really?
Yeah, it's so good, dude. I'm sent to you. If you like French onion soup, I recommend it.
I don't think I've ever had French onion soup.
How you're like the 8th person to tell me that this month, dude.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
How have you not had French onion soup? Like, it's literally like any restaurant I've been to, it's had it. I've never tried it as a kid because I didn't like onions back then. I thought they were nasty. I love onions now. Like, I literally had someone tell me they never had chicken noodle. That's like the Campbell's selling point.
That's a bomb. That is un-American. That's un-American.
That's like the most like that is Campbell's selling point. Like Campbell's original soups, I'm pretty sure were like beef stock, chicken noodle soup,
and tomato soup.
Tomato soup, yeah. Like, how do you not have like those three? Growing up as a kid, like I had chicken noodle soup. I've had turkey noodle soup. I've known someone who has had like different bird like soup and stuff, like pheasant. Like, I don't know why you would use pheasant for soup though. There's not a lot of meat on that, but whatever.
Yeah. Kind of gamey too, I would think.
Yeah, it's a little gamey. Pheasant on you. I mean, shit. I used to know people who've had rabbit noodle soup. Like, come on.
Yikes.
So I'm saying, man, like,
Yikes.
the world today, man. It's not on fire. It's getting nuked. Swear to God.
I mean, we're getting pretty close.
I swear to God, if next
Getting
week,
pretty
like,
close.
I swear to God, if next week they release like something that looks like a fucking Pit Boy, I'm gonna lose my shit. That's it. I'm gonna be done, dude. It's done. Nope.
Fallout is happening.
Fallout's happening. Pit Boy just came out. That's the next step. Is Vault.
I've
Someone's
been
gonna nuke
training my
somebody.
entire life for this.
Pretty sure it's gonna be like Trump or Korea nuking each other over a tweet. Like, fuck,
I mean,
dude.
Probably.
Like, okay.
So, if I did just order a pizza, it'll be my pickup time is about 20 minutes. So we got 20 minutes to wrap this up.
Okay. Why'd you have it delivered?
Because that takes estimated time was an hour.
Just have it delivered.
No,
That
too late
guy.
now. I want pizza now, bro.
Don't you have like roommates you could just send to go get it?
No, because they all lazy as fuck.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
I am the most, well, me and my best friend Brian are like the most active people in this house. So that'll tell you something.
Holy shit. Yeah, that's
Exactly.
Wolf.
Woof.
Alright. Okay, let's get off this topic then. So, okay, let's get back to Avatar. Let's get back to that.
So,
Alright, so like, let's talk about some of the episodes now. Okay, so like, the first episode, right? Aang's in a big ice cube thing. You have no idea why the fuck he's there. Like, what was your reaction? Like, when I remember watching that and thinking, like, oh, it's some adult dude. And then Katara.
there you go.
Katara.
Katara.
Like, melts like the ice cube or whatever, the iceberg.
She didn't melt it. She broke it.
But yeah,
She hit it.
She got pissed.
She hit it with fucking Sokka's like weapon, and then like it like woke up Aang, and he just like exploded out of it.
Yeah. Okay. I'm thinking like, oh, it's gonna be like some 16-year-old or an adult. No, it's an 11-year-old. Like,
Literally
what?
a child.
So you're telling me the guy who disappeared is a child? Oh, okay, cool. The world's doing awesome. Like, I felt
that's basically how I felt. I'm like, well, we're fucked. You know,
I'm pretty sure everyone felt the same way Sokka did when Sokka found out that he's the Avatar. Like, this guy, this kid,
we're doomed.
hasn't hit puberty yet. How's he gonna help us save the world? Like, I feel like everyone was Sokka for like the first 5 episodes. Like, oh, okay, he can do some shit now. Okay, we got you. We see you, Aang. And like, Like it was nice. Like I like having the nostalgia of the first book, and then like going through the rest of the series, like seeing it for the first time was just amazing.
Right.
Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about, like I'm dreading it. I know you are. We need to talk about the movie. We have to talk about the movie.
Oh no.
We have to talk about it.
I don't want to.
But we have to. Okay, we're talking about Avatar. We at least got to talk about the hideousness that is that fucking movie. Okay. Now, here's my opinion about the movie. If you take away the name Last Airbender and name it like Elemental Monk or some weird bullshit name, or like The Last Child, some weird name, whatever. It's a good movie. You replace the names, you take away that it's Aang and Katara and Sokka and Zuko and Iroh.
No,
and
it's not Aang. It's Ong. It's fucking
I wasn't even gonna say that, bro. You could.
That is the first problem with the fucking M. Night Shyamalan disaster.
Okay, no, first problem. It's M. Night Shyamalan movie. Okay, if anyone here watches movies the same way I do, we've all seen M. Night Shyamalan movies. Signs is actually pretty good. Like anything with him after that movie, for some odd reason, I'm pretty sure he was snorting cocaine and taking meth at the same time.
Like as soon as everyone saw like, oh, it's gonna be directed by M. Night Shyamalan, everyone had a collective groan. They're like, really? Him?
Like, okay, so you take away that name of that movie, right? Take away that Last Airbender. It's a decent movie. Now we're talking it's Katara, Zuko, and Sokka. They say their names right, but then two people. You forgot how they actually pronounce the other person's name.
Wasn't it Uncle Iroh they pronounced wrong, or was it Zhao?
Yeah.
Was it Iroh?
No, it's Iroh. It's Iroh.
How
You say Iroh.
Oh, you're right.
His name has an I, not an E. You dumb fucks. Like, how hard is it?
Another thing that irritated the fuck out of me. Why is Zuko brown?
Okay, Garnett.
Why?
Saying that like in this like current juncture is not the best thing to say on the internet.
I understand, but I am brown.
Okay,
so fuck everyone. But he should not no. And then also Katara and Sokka are white. No, it should literally be the other way around. Like that is one of the easiest things to get right, and he still fucked it up.
Okay, so anyone who's out there and like is about to probably like berate me for saying that I think every movie should be whitewashed. No, you're wrong.
Follow the source material.
Okay. First of all, try to follow the source material as best you can. Obviously, try to get actors or actresses that kind of match that. But if you obviously can't find the appropriate skin color that matches that, I totally understand that. Okay, I don't agree with whitewashing. When I first heard that Scarlett Johansson might play Mulan originally by about 5 years ago, that's when they like announced it or something.
That was a thing?
That was a thing, but
that scares me.
At this time, Scarlett Johansson was big, Avengers was coming out, Ghost in the Shell, like a whole bunch of other movies with her was coming out. Okay? Believe it or not, the people who make these movies, they don't make them for free. They gotta make their money somehow. Okay? Actors just don't randomly get paid money based off they have a budget that the director has to follow and shit. If he exceeds the budget, nobody makes money. You gotta understand that. And then now everyone's like, oh, you think you're all high and mighty because you know shit. Just don't think I'm high and mighty. I just know shit, okay? Like I watch way too much TV and movies and read random shit. I know people and I just like learning stuff. But I wasn't mad about that. Okay? I can forgive a lot of things in movies. But pronouncing it Ong and Iroh? You're fucking kidding me. Also, Azula at the end? Okay, the girl
I don't even remember the end at all.
Okay, so the girl could pull off Azula. Like, she has that crazy look in her eyes. She doesn't say anything. She just says, yes, father.
Yeah,
and then there hasn't been a sequel. There hasn't been a sequel for a good fucking reason. Like, I'm not even mad at that.
So,
but like,
So with talking about the IRL movie, what do you think about the IRL TV show that Netflix wants to do?
Okay, here's my thing. They're gonna do a TV show. I'm afraid I don't want to see an IRL one that it's the cartoon but with real actors. Know what I mean? Like, I don't want the episodes to be mirrored. Like, they gotta have to change some stuff. Like, keep the source material, call them Aang, Iroh, like, keep the characters the same, try to keep skin colors the same. But like, if they're gonna do it, I need more like martial arts combat. There wasn't enough in that show for me.
I can agree with that. With that.
Like, also, here's my thing, okay? Here's my other pet peeve with that goddamn fucking movie. They have the Moon Princess so raw. Like, she wants to be with Sokka the whole time in the goddamn movie, and like, they're all lovey-dovey. If you watch that fucking episode arc, she keeps trying to get away from him because she's supposed to marry, like,
I can't
Prince
remember his name.
douchebag or whatever.
Yeah, he was just a douchebag. That's all I remember.
Yeah. Also, here's the other thing, okay? So, the Fire Nation took over in the movie, right? Like they did in the show, okay? That's accurate. But they have to have a source of fire that do it?
Oh,
How do
that's
the Earthbenders and the Airbenders let that happen? Did they just go, you know what, fire's scary. I'm just going to bend over. You just want to insert it, no lube. That's fine. Okay, I'm just going to bend over right here. Okay, cool. Like, how did that happen? Because there's not fire everywhere. And they talk about in the movie how only specific firebenders can make fire. Like Iroh, the fuck is the Fire Nation like Emperor's name?
Ozai.
Like, he can make fire by himself. Like, it's like Zuko can't. I'm pretty sure like Azula probably could.
That's one thing I never understood. Like what creative liberty? Why did you take that creative liberty? Why make it so like they have to have fire to firebend? Like, that makes zero sense when that doesn't happen in the show. Period. Ever.
Because in the show they talk about the fire comes from within. It's the inner like emotion.
Yeah. Which makes sense.
And it's like, why would you do that? Because like
there was no point to take that creative liberty at all. Period. At all.
I'm sorry. If I was in that movie, right, in that kind of world, like how they portray it, and I saw Fire Nation guys coming up to me, and I happen to be like an earth or water bender, all I'm going to do is go near some water as a water bender real quick and extinguish them flames. And if I'm an earthbender, their fire's probably going to run out eventually. So I'll just like conclave myself with some rocks and I'll be fine.
Like, and then it's over. Like, how, like, there is no way in the M. Night Shyamalan universe could a Fire Nation take over, because they would have to have fire with them.
And then there's an
no
airbender.
way. Literally
air
does the ability
in the TV show where he like does like an air push thing and there's fire near him and it gets extinguished. Like, the Avatar, like, you didn't need the Avatar in this movie.
No.
Sokka could have stopped Fire Nation with his boomerang.
I mean, yeah, fucking knock out the fire. What are they gonna do? They don't have fire. They can't do shit now. Like, it's stupid.
Now, if there happens to be the one person in the world who actually enjoyed that movie, and you about to tell me that the Fire Nation are martial artists, okay, I'll get with you on that. But now they're regular people fighting earth, water, and air benders.
That's gonna go over so well if you are the martial artist. So well.
Right? And then if you try to pull this off, if they get two rocks together, first of all, that's flint and steel, and the specific rocks you need for that, you can't find really. You have to be two specific flat rocks to make that whole fire thing happen.
Right.
Or if you try to tell me, they'll do the twig trick, the two stick trick. First of all, if you were a Boy Scout at all, or you've ever tried that, that takes more than 6 seconds. It's like 5 minutes. The movie was trash. Let's just all agree it was trash, okay? If you guys want to talk to me about how good that movie was, I'll talk with you about it. I'm not going to say you're wrong. I'm just gonna see your opinions uneducated. Apparently, you didn't watch the original Avatar series.
All right. Well, on that note, we're gonna end it because I gotta go bathroom and my pizza should be done soon. So that is the first episode of the War Room. Next Saturday, we will be watching. After we watch the first 3 episodes of Legend of Korra, we will be talking about it, how we like it, how we relate to it, all that kind of stuff. If you guys want to follow along, we are talking about it in the Discord. We're gonna start talking about it and what we believe, what we think, and we'll come with more topics next Saturday.
Yes.
Anything you want to say,
Also,
Tyku?
Any feedback about this, guys? We would really appreciate it. Like, it's our first time doing this. Like, he's been streaming a little bit longer. Like, I used to stream. Like, if you guys have any feedback about, like, maybe what to talk about, stuff like that. If you guys have any suggestions for, like, setup stuff. Like, right now I'm using a Snowball that he's letting me borrow, so I get my own. Probably gonna get a Yeti because those are amazing.
Yes, they are.
Get my own webcam. I'll finally, at some point, I'll have my own setup where I can show off more of my collectibles and stuff. If you guys have any feedback, we very much appreciate it.
Well,
That's all I got.
yeah. So I'm gonna probably get this on YouTube. So this is on YouTube. Please come check out the channel, InvAsian on Twitch. There will be links in the description below. If I am able to get this to fucking YouTube and not be dumb about it. But yeah, my name is InvAsian, and this is Tyku. This is the War Room, and we'll see you all next week.
Solid copy.
Ha!
There's still some parts that just don't make sense. Stuck in my head, I keep on thinking, why won't we stay? Yeah, it's easy, you're the